What's up, everybody? This is Big Dog Trader from A70 Trades, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to set up your Thinkorswim account so you can see all the setups coming before they actually happen in 2021. Let's go. Okay, so as mentioned, I am going to go over how to set up everything on ToS. We're going to go over all the indicators. We're going to go over how to set up your monitor tabs, your watch list, how to organize your watch list. So I do want to get right into it. First, I just want to let you guys know that I am not a professional. I'm here for entertainment purposes, and this is actually my first video, so if you do find any value in this, please don't hesitate to smash that like and subscribe button. I know I don't have to tell you how much that's actually going to help me out, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Got a nice little example here. We're just going to start out with Tesla. It seems to be the hot hype right now. Everybody's been going in, and let's just get right into it. As far as the charting goes, it comes up kind of just like this. One chart, if you want to set up multiple charts, you can do that over here in the corner. Right now, just for simplicity, we're going to just keep it at one chart right now. So having too many indicators can be tricky. So I want to go over just some of the most popular indicators and kind of how they help you out and what to look out for. So we'll get started with the SMAs, and we're going to go over here to edit studies, and too many to go through here, so just go ahead and type that in. Simple moving average here, you can set that up. And now, as far as simple moving averages go, there are plenty of different ones you can use. I like to use the 50 and the 200, so we're going to go ahead and type in 50. Now you want your SMA here, you can set that up any color you want. I usually keep it default, but you want to go ahead and take the up and the down signals off. It's just too many lines, there's too much stuff going on. I mean, you have enough stuff to look at, so let's just do that here. We have to apply that. Now we have a line here. Okay, so one squiggly line. I do like to use this one, especially on the 5-day, 5-minute. You will see that some tickers are going to follow it differently. However, this one seems to be a pretty strong one. People will generally say, if it falls below that, that they can become bearish. There is a couple other things you can use in lieu with this, and we will get right into the next one. So we're still on simple moving averages, guys. This time we're doing a 200-day EMA. Sorry, SMA, not EMA. Okay, so again, remember, we want to take the up and the down signals off. And this one, it color codes it. That's the same, so we're going to make this a different color. I think I generally go green. Yeah, I think I go green on the 200. Okay, so now another squiggly line. Alright, I'll probably make another video just on simple moving averages another time, but for now we'll just give you the little hint that generally people are bullish when the 50-day crosses the 200. On the flip side, generally people are bearish whenever it crosses down over the 200. So when these cross, usually an indication, not always, but usually. So there's that. Now you got your SMAs. Again, these are best used with the 5-day, 5-minute, the 5-day, 15-minute. The 10 days are pretty cool. Next thing we're going to get into is the volume average weighted price, which is also known as the VWOB. Pretty easy here to set up. Go to VWOB, just like we're setting up the SMA. You also want to have that on the price line. I don't believe you even really need to do anything here except take the upper and lower bands off. So go ahead and take them upper and lower bands off, and let's go. Okay, now this one is best used with the 1 minute. I do want to be clear. The VWOB will adjust depending on the time and day that you have it set to, but typically use the VWOB on the 1 minute. So there's that. Okay, so now we got that down. Let's go over MACD and RSI. Okay, MACD. Again, I will probably make individual videos going further in detail on these. Right now, I'm just trying to make a summarized video of how you're going to have this set up. If you're a new trader, this is going to be really important for you guys. If you're not as new, more experienced, and you kind of already know this stuff, I mean, maybe I could possibly just remind you of something, maybe see things from a different angle. Again, for example, the simple moving averages, people go, 9, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500, so me using the 50 and the 200 probably going to be the most used, but there's so many things you can do here. So let's just get right into the VWOB. That one's here. We're going to get into the MACD. So MACD, same thing. MACDizzle, you're going to get into here. Let's see what's going on in here. And you pretty much just leave everything. I mean, some people, again, are going to go in and change this stuff. Not really my cup of tea. I keep it as default. As you can see, it's going to default to the lower end, and you're going to see why, because you're not going to want that mixed in with your chart. That's going to go down there with the lowers. So now you've got a lower indicator, a MACD. I mean, I really like this one. I kind of use RSI in lieu with these SMAs and the VWOB a little bit more. I do like to have the VWOB and the MACD. I like to have the MACD out. Just to kind of show you the flow with the volume here of how everything's going. You'll see big spikes right at 9 on these things. I like them, but I'll show you the RSI. And the RSI is something that I kind of keep my eye on here because, well, let's show you. So the RSI down here on the bottom, it basically just gives you an overbought line and underbought line. Typically, whenever people see that it's over the overbought line, as you can see, it's red. It's basically indicating, showing that it's overbought, and you're probably going to see some retracement sometime soon. Not always the case. We've seen 2020 in these tech stocks. It'll stay overbought for days, sometimes. You do like to typically see it in this middle range here. In the case that it is underneath the line here, you do want to consider seeing some sort of setup. See if there is some sort of a setup you can get into, and basically just keep in mind, underweight, overweight. Whenever you see hear those words, you want to be mindful of the positions that you're in. The sizing of the position that you're in, whether you're either going to get into it or not, check volume and stuff like that. So those are all good. And then this is basically how your chart's going to look. You've got the top, you've got info here at the bottom. You've got plenty to read. It's not overly cluttered. Whenever you zoom in here, sometimes you can kind of see what's going on here. So the next thing I want to go over, guys, is organizing the watch list. That one's pretty simple. You do want to have things to watch, and this is basically kind of how I do it. Okay, so this is, you're going to want to have your watch list here. Now I've just got quick charts. ToS, I like it because there's a lot of different tools you can put here on the side. They're all pretty educational here. I like to have quick charts up here sometimes, but I mean there's lots of other things you can put up here, but right now we're talking about the watch list. So when you're doing this watch list, have stocks that you're looking at. There will be a lot of info here on the side. I usually go with the last price that it is and how much it's changed that day. You know, you can go out here and then see all these. You can put all sorts of different things here. Again, less is more. Sometimes, you know, when you're looking at things and you're really trying to pinpoint these things, having all this info will overwhelm you, especially if you're a new trader. Scale into the info that you're seeing as you get aware of your surroundings in this market. So we're going to keep things simple. We're going to go watch list. Actually, you know what? We'll make things real simple. We'll actually just get rid of this. You know, so, you know, and I'll actually have another setup here. Well, I'm going to go over certain things. There's a lot of indicators. There's thousands of indicators, honestly, to show you here. But so basically how I have my setup here is I've got my, I'll scoot over here. I've got my big boys is what I call it. And those are going to be the bigger caps. There's a lot of bigger caps here. My middle one being my movers. These range from small, medium to large cap. You know, everything from Visa to AstraZeneca, you know, to Walmart, different things there. Not huge caps usually on that one, but I do like to organize it to where I can still see ones that like to move, smaller caps, but that like to move. Hence why I called that movers. I've got the indexes down here so I can easily see, you know, what the SPY, the NASDAQ, you know, everything's doing here. Gold, silver, TLT, see what the bonds are doing. You know, and just kind of have it organized that way. There's really no reason to have a million tickers here and not to have it at least organized in some form or fashion. You want to have things organized. You know, again, it's going to help you in the long run. So with that being said, let's get into the actual trading chart. Now the trading chart can look a little overwhelming your first couple of times, but I'm here to tell you that it is actually pretty easy. When you are looking at buying, and we're not going to go into advanced strategies and credit spreads and all that in this video, but just for simplicity, you got your buys, you got your puts, you know, calls over here, puts over here, and you know, we will go, right now we're on fire. It doesn't really matter what we're on here, but you want to look at the ask, of course, see what it's going for. I like to, you know, key thing, especially if you're a momentum trader, is checking out the volume. This one being the smaller cap stocks had a lot of hype this week, so it's got a lot of volume. The open interest is really good to look at, to check out who all has been looking at it. You know, just because somebody's looking at it doesn't mean that they want to get into it, but this is a speculative piece of data here. The net change is really important, and I do believe that a lot of this stuff that we've talked about so far is on your default settings as soon as you get into it. Where I change things, excuse me, is the delta. I like to see the delta. We'll do another video on the Greeks, but I do like to see the delta because it's going to tell you for every dollar that this moves how much premium that you should be looking to receive there. The implied volatility, again, we'll go over that in another video. Just know, for simplicity's sake, the higher the number, the more that they're expecting to move. So when the number is really high, over 100%, I mean, they're really expecting something to happen. Usually because something has already happened. So don't think because something that's just been happening for days or all day, that's just going to stay that way. The implied volatility is here to let you know that it could make a big move. It could be the way you want it. It might go south or go the other way, you know. So keep that in mind. delta, implied volatility, all that. We'll go over that in another video, guys. Right now we want to get into the basics and just get you set up here. Monitor tab. So as you can see, I've got a sold tab, so I can, originally all the trades you get into are going to go under unallocated. And, once you get out of those trades, you don't want that all jumbled up with the trades that you're still in, right? So you're going to want to make like a sold, I've got one for long term here, for long term stocks, although I have that in another account. So set that up. Let's see, set that up. Have a swing trade tab, sold tab, unallocated. I will show you this for certain things. These are a couple of very small trades that we had, the other day. Nothing big here. And I had gotten out of, honestly, everything that was in the positive. Been kind of careful with my swings. Left these two out. Obviously, they're down a little bit, not a big deal. So what we're going to look at here is the profit and loss. And I do believe that comes on their default when you go to the monitor tab when you are first trying to set this up. But in any case, you want your profit and loss percentage is good to know. We just talked a little bit about delta. I like to know the delta because I want to know how much it's going to move per dollar move up. The theta, again, I will have another video on the Greeks, but I do like to see theta, especially closer to expiration time. If you guys aren't familiar with that, please look up theta, especially if you're playing dailies. Implied volatility, like to have that one open. PL open and PL day, obviously that comes on there when you first start the program up and everything is default. I do like the day because it kind of shows you what you're making today, but whenever you're swinging stuff, it's good to know what you're in total. So I also like to put the net liquidity here just because I want to know what I'm in, the trade total. These are going to be your profits. This is all the money that you have put in there, net, everything. So with all that information, you should be able to easily, and again, people will use different things. This is all speculative, but this is what I like to use. So there is basically your setup. You've got your monitor tab set up to where you can see what you're invested in and how much. You've got your trade tab set up so now you can see how much you're moving, the implied volatility, the volume being the most important thing there. The analyze tabs, we'll get into some of these things at another time. The scanner is another one that I want to do a video just solely on scanners because those are great. Market watch, I do like to use this heat map sometime and see what's moving in big portions, either green or red. I do kind of want to know which way, and you can trade those and do those into sectors, do that however you want. Charts, probably where I spend most of my time is on the charts. So I usually run about 6 charts just on one screen. Everybody's different. Do you want to keep it on one chart? I ain't mad at you. Some people just want to look at one chart. Nothing wrong with that. You have everything you need here. You've got your RSI, MACD. So whatever you guys are really looking to get into, I'm here to help you with that. This is my first video. Again, if you did find any sort of value in this, please hit the like and subscribe button, the little bell thing, all that good stuff. It'll really help me out a lot. I'm here to stay. I'm really excited to show you guys everything I've been learning. I want to shout out a good buddy of mine, Drew, for helping me out, and the 870 Trades. We do have a Discord there, the 870trades.com. Check it out. The staff, everybody there is just so cool. I mean, that just helped me out a tremendous amount. I wouldn't be here, if it wasn't for them. So I do want to give a shout out to them. And yeah, that's about it. So you got your setups. You got your setup here. I'm ready for 2021. These kinds of things right here are going to help you see the setups going in to 2021. You're not going to want to trade everything you see. You're going to want to find the setups. These indicators and some of this other info is really going to be what's going to help you out. So sink or swim. You guys want Robinhood? You guys want anything else? Let me know in the comments below. I'm definitely here to help you guys out, man. So thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Are you ready to take control of your financial destiny? 870 Trades and Homegrown Investments can help you. We are the #1 community to learn options trading. We will train you on how to successfully trade stock options on the most popular platforms available. We will lead you in entering and exiting specific stock option positions, helping you strategize which move serves you best. Join our community of over 1,000 like-minded traders to help support and teach you 21st century technology for a 21st century approach. 870 Trades and Homegrown Investments.